The roar of bulldozers tearing through my wheat field jolted me awake at 5:30 a.m. Heart pounding, I threw on boots and ran outside in my pajamas. 3 massive yellow machines were ripping up my family's 600-acre farmland, golden stalks crushed into piles like garbage. My stomach churned. This crop was meant to feed hundreds. At the edge of my property, a woman in a sharp blazer stood by a sleek SUV, sipping coffee with a smug smile. This was no mistake. This was war. I'm Tom Harrison, and my family has farmed this land for 3 generations. The trouble started when the upscale Green Hills HOA, led by Lisa Montgomery, moved in across the road last year. Their mansions sprouted up overnight, and suddenly, my weathered barn was an eyesore. Lisa, the HOA president, marched up my driveway a week ago, waving a violation notice. "Your barn's lowering our property values by 12%, she snapped, handing me a paper threatening $200 daily fines. I told her my 600 acres weren't under her HOA. She smirked. "We'll see." Now, as I stormed toward her, mud splashing my pants, Lisa turned with mock surprise. "Good morning, Tom. We're addressing the neighborhood blight." She gestured to the bulldozers like they were sculpting a masterpiece. "This land was never properly yours, according to county records. It's community property." "That's a lie," I shouted, pointing at the ruined field. "My grandfather bought this in 1937. I have the deeds." Lisa flashed a folder with a red-line map, splitting my land in half. "These are the official records. We're building a community garden, yoga pavilion, and koi pond. Property values will soar 10%. Her deputy, Greg Larson, chimed in. "We've sold 20 sponsorship plaques already." I called Sheriff Daniels, a friend of my dad's, but his voice was cagey. "Looks like a civil dispute, Tom. The records are unclear. Get a lawyer." My blood ran cold. Why was he dodging? Lisa's smile widened. She knew she had the upper hand. "The sheriff's coming," I bluffed. "Great," she said, handing me permits stamped last month. "Everything's legal." As the bulldozers retreated, leaving 6 acres of my crop, my year's income destroyed, Lisa called out, "Surrender the rest, and we won't bill you for today's clearing." A sign was hammered into my soil: Future Green Hills Wellness Oasis. My friend Mike, the county clerk, sped up in his truck, face pale. "They got permits somehow, Tom. And I saw their surveyor in your north field. This isn't just about the garden." That night, I dug through my grandfather's safe. Behind a painting of our farm, I found yellow deeds, surveys, and a 1962 county map. My jaw dropped. My family didn't just own this farm. We'd once owned most of the county, including where Green Hills now stood. We'd sold parcels over decades, but retained water and mineral rights. The creek running through my land fed their development. Were they after water access? At dawn, I called Mike. "Get me every record on Green Hills, permits, deeds, everything." By noon, we were buried in dusty files. A 1920 survey, signed by Judge Edward Montgomery, Lisa's great-grandfather, confirmed our property lines. Then Mike found a bombshell. When my grandfather sold the Green Hills plots, he'd added a clause banning watershed alterations. The bulldozing violated it. My phone buzzed. Sarah Lopez, a Green Hills resident, sounded frantic. "They cut off our water, Tom. The HOA says your farm is contaminating it. They're selling us bottled water at $25 a gallon." I was livid. My farm used county water, not the creek. Lisa was scamming her neighbors, blaming me. When I got home, I found fake surveyors, HOA cronies in Green Hills polos, staking another field. Greg smirked. "This was rezoned in '97. It's ours." I gave them 1 minute to leave. "Or what?" he taunted. I was already recording. I called a reporter friend, Emily, who arrived with a news van. On camera, I showed the bulldozed field, fake stakes, and water bills proving the HOA's price gouging. The story aired at 6 p.m. By 7, my phone was flooded with calls from furious Green Hills residents. The next morning, county water trucks rolled into Green Hills, thanks to Mike, delivering free water to families. Then I saw a moving truck at Lisa's house. Were they folding? Not quite. That afternoon, a lawsuit landed on my doorstep. The HOA, backed by Montgomery Holdings, Lisa's firm, claimed my farm caused environmental damage and demanded $2 million plus my land. My hands shook. This was personal. Mike and I dug deeper, uncovering Lisa and 3 board members buying Green Hills homes at rock-bottom prices, using HOA fines to force sales. The garden? A cover to seize the natural spring under my field, gold in our drought-prone county. I called a town meeting at the courthouse. Every Green Hills resident showed up, plus local farmers and townsfolk. I projected the evidence: water bill scams, property schemes, and the spring's location. Your garages sit on my land, I said, showing the 1937 survey. I never complained because I'm a neighbor. But they want this spring to control the county's water. The crowd erupted. Lisa and Greg shouted denials, but the documents were undeniable. Sheriff Daniels stood. We're investigating the HOA for fraud. Lisa bolted for the door, but deputies stopped her. In court, the judge ruled against the HOA, finding them guilty of document fraud and illegal seizure. Lisa faced $50,000 in fines and criminal charges. My husband's a senator, she screamed, earning a contempt warning. Outside, news cameras swarmed. This is for every homeowner they bullied, I told them. Flyers exposing Lisa's secret condo purchases, funded by HOA fees, sparked a new board election. Sarah, the new president, visited me. We want to fix this. 3 months later, Green Hills kids planted sunflowers along our property line, a symbol of peace. But as I watched Lisa's moving truck roll by, her glare told me this wasn't over. That night, I spotted a drone over my farm. Someone was still watching. What would you do if an HOA tried to steal your land? Share your thoughts below. And tell us, is it ever okay to play dirty in a fight like this, or should you always play fair? Drop your take in the comments. We're reading every one.